Hi everyone! When someone mentions that they're into RTS games, what's the first title that pops into your head? For many, it's gotta be StarCraft. There's something timeless about that classic that keeps it thrilling and relevant today as it was back in '98. For me, StarCraft was one of my gateway games into the world of PC gaming, especially during the golden ages of internet cafes. I vividly remember the bustling cafes filled with the hum of excitement and the clatter of keyboards and mice. It was almost a rite of passage to experience the chaos of those environments, often where gears took a beating and finding a functional headset was a minor miracle. But despite the occasional broken mouse or a missing headphone, those days were some of the best. Especially when I'd sneak away from my late night classes just to get in one more game. I hope my teachers won't ever find out. The memories. So, what made StarCraft so special? One of the game's standout features was its introduction of 3 distinctly different factions, each with unique units and abilities, and the various strategies you can adopt. Not only did this diversity add depth, but it also ensured that each faction remained a viable option in competitive play. Curious about the balance? Just check out the competition stats on Wikipedia, where Zerg might have a slight edge over Protoss and Terran. It's still a fiercely contested game where skills and strategy wins. Speaking of different races, let's go into what makes each of them unique. Zerg, aka the growth race, thrives on overwhelming their opponents with sheer numbers. While their units might be less durable compared to the other races, they make up it with rapid production and large-scale swarms. Zerg buildings require a special substance called creep to be placed, which is generated by some of their structures. Additionally, Zerg units regenerate health faster while on creep, giving them an edge in prolonged engagements. The Terrans are all about versatility. With a broad arsenal of units and buildings, ranging from infantry and vehicles to aircraft, they offer a well-rounded approach to gameplay. Their units strike a balance between ranged and melee attacks, and they have added advantage of being able to repair both or heal their units and buildings on the fly. Protoss, known for their most advanced technology, the Protoss boast some of the most powerful units and structures in the game. However, their advanced technology comes at a cost. Protoss units are more expensive and slower compared to their counterparts. They rely on pylons to extend their building range, and while they can repair or heal units and buildings like the terrain, their shields can be replenished, offering a different kind of defense. Each race offers a unique playstyle and strategic approach, making StarCraft not just a game of tactics, but one of the endless variety and depth. Now let's dive into some of the strategies that came from my over 20 years of playing StarCraft. I believe I pick up a few universally effective tactics that can be game changers depending on playstyle. And since you have already clicked on the like button, right? I'm excited to share all these tips with you for free. First, how to use a Terran effectively. Marine Swarm. Early on, build up a large number of Marines. Even in the late game, they can still deliver decent damage, especially with the help of stim packs. Dropships filled with Marines can be particularly disruptive if you drop them onto enemies' mineral lines, slowing down their economy. Siege tanks. Siege tanks are invaluable with their long-range capabilities in siege mode. Protect them with infantry or Goliaths to maximize their damage output from a distance. Just be cautious of their splash damage, it can hit your troops too. Scanning. Make a good use of comsat stations. Place them at multiple bases to keep an eye on enemy movements and strategies. Defensive structures. In the early game, use buildings like supply depots and engineering bases to block entries. This can prevent melee units like zealots or zerglings from reaching your marines. Next, how to use Zerg effectively. Quick ambushes. If you're aiming for a swift victory, especially in games with fewer players, Zerg is a strong choice. Sending out 6 Zerglings to disrupt your opponent's economy by targeting their workers. However, be cautious. If you don't finish them off early, they may come back stronger. Zerg is generally weaker in late-game tech and struggles in games with more than 4 players, especially if multiple Zerg players are present. Surround enemies. When attacking with melee units, surround your enemies. This maximizes the damage and prevent them from retreating. You can do so by telling your army to move behind the enemy. When half of them move around, then tell them to attack them. Backstabbing. Zerg units excel at backstabbing, hitting enemy spaces where they least expected. As they are both quiet and fast, their high speed and damage output make them perfect for surprise attacks. Multiple hatcheries. Placing several hatcheries at each base helps you ramp up your army quicker. Also, if you're worried about your main base getting overrun, you should place attack buildings at each bases too. Last, how to use the Protoss effectively. Dark Templar Rush. Dark Templars can deal devastating damage to workers' units and can be particularly effective if they split past enemies' detection. Rivers plus Shadows. Combine Rivers or Shadows for powerful drop attacks. The River's splash damage can be devastating when deployed effectively. Dark Archons. One of my personal favorite strategy, though not always the most reliable one, is to use Dark Archons to slowly steal enemies' units over time. A fun tip, your unit cap is per race, so if you steal an SCV or drone, you can have double or triple the army size. Arbiters. Use arbiters to warp in units like rivers directly into enemy spaces for immediate impact. If you manage to steal siege tanks with your Dark Archons, you can warp them directly in siege mode. General tips for all races. Shift click. Use shift click to queue up multiple actions. This is particularly useful for Terran players to prevent idle workers, even if the visual feedback isn't always immediate. Hotkeys. Master hotkeys is crucial for efficiency. They allow you to execute commands and build units or structures in a fraction of the time it would take to do so manually. Okay, as you can see, with such deep strategic gameplay, balanced factions, and immersive storylines, StarCraft has achieved monumental success, selling over 11 million copies worldwide. But its impact went far beyond just sales numbers. StarCraft became a cultural phenomenon. Professional StarCraft players became celebrities, and the game was broadcast on TV, drawing a massive audience. By the way, this was way earlier than Twitch. This level of popularity and competitive play was unprecedented at the time and helped pave the way for the global esports industry we know today. However, as what they say, nothing lasts forever. After the glorious success of StarCraft, Blizzard's next major release was Warcraft III. The game's release in 2002 was a huge event, and it quickly captivated the gaming community with its 3D graphics, intricate hero mechanisms, and deep lore. It was a time when many StarCraft players migrated to the new title, eager to experience the latest in RTS gaming. For a while, it seemed like StarCraft was fading into the background, overshadowed by the bright spotlight on Warcraft III. I also vividly remember at a time when I walked into the internet cafes, it seemed just overnight, StarCraft was no longer the king of the hill. All screens were showing Warcraft III. It was like StarCraft was no longer cool anymore. And I felt almost pressured into quickly learning Warcraft III, even though I wasn't ready to let go. But I'd also admit, I was quickly hooked on Warcraft. However, the story didn't end there. Thankfully, in South Korea, where StarCraft maintained its status as a cultural phenomenon, this community's passion and the enduring love for the original game kept the StarCraft legacy alive. Blizzard recognized this, and in 2010, they brought StarCraft back to the forefront with the release of StarCraft II. The sequel modernized the original game while staying true to its roots. Now, one of my personal favorite strategies StarCraft II involves spanning void rays. Start by building 3 gateways as early as possible and focus on churning out as many void rays as you can. Their range and flying ability make them perfect for disrupting enemies' expansion early in the game while you work on constructing a fleet of carriers. StarCraft II sold like hotcakes, quickly became a hit much like its predecessor. It retained the well-balanced gameplay, compelling story, and a vibrant esports scene that fans loved. StarCraft II wasn't just a comeback. It was a triumphant return that reminded everyone that why StarCraft was such a pivotal game in the first place. And in 2017, Blizzard made a move that would once again make headlines. They announced StarCraft Remastered. It was original StarCraft's updated graphics, modernized features, and the same intense gameplay. It was a perfect blend of nostalgia and modern gaming. allowing both old and new players to experience the magic of StarCraft. Remastered was quite popular, especially among the existing fanbase. It also helped to reignite interest in the competitive StarCraft scenes, where it continues to be a staple of esports even decades after its initial release. One of the most remarkable aspects of StarCraft's success is its profound impact on esports scenes, particularly in South Korea, where it became more than just a game. It became a national pastime. Since its release in 1998, StarCraft has become a cornerstone of South Korea's esports, transforming from cultural gaming into a national sport. The game's popularity in PC bangs and the distribution of free copies helped spark the creation of major leagues like the famous OnGameNet Star League and NBC Game Star League, which attracted millions of fans. StarCraft's influence was so significant that top players were even granted military deferments, underscoring the game's cultural importance. And there you have it, our journey through the legendary StarCraft universe, from its groundbreaking debut to its epic sequel and beyond. Whether you're reminiscing about the early days or diving in for the first time, StarCraft remains a timeless symbol of strategic depth and competitive excitement. The franchise's rich history and evolution have profoundly shaped gaming and inspired players around the globe. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Share your favorite StarCraft memories and strategies in the comments below. I'd love to hear how this game has impacted your gaming journey. Until next time, happy gaming!